Alright, Brandon is here and he is going to start working on his quilt. Alright, this one. Now remember, accuracy does a whole lot better. I would leave it. Now, the lady that has bought Brandon's material has asked me why I took it down. So I am going to explain to her why I took it down. Because I do believe she deserves to be told why. And it's only fair, and it's only the proper thing to do. But nasty comments will not be appreciated, and I will block you, plain and simple. Now, Brandon, he is a problem child, I'm going to call it. I don't care how you all want to see it and how you want to do it, but that's okay. Brandon wanted to pull on my sewing machine, putting the needle in danger, putting himself in danger. I would tell him to do one thing, and he wouldn't listen to me. He wouldn't do it. And, of course, I put it all up on the internet because, hey, look, the way I feel about it, you bought the material. You deserved it. So I have told his mother about her, and her wanted to see it. I sent Brandon home with the quilt unfinished, undone, because of his attitude of not respecting me and not pulling on my sewing machine and not doing as I told him that he should do. So, now then, I have got the quilt back. I have been working on it already, and I have taken it apart. This is part of what I'm talking about that he done. You see how this right here is all the way over here? You have no yellow at all showing. This is way too big to do anything with. You can't, it's not going to look good. And I told him that it wouldn't look good. But he continued to do so. So I have been taking it apart. I have not messed up not one block yet. Not one. Watch me mess this one up. I've been having to take my time. He changed the stitch length from a 3.5 to a 2.5 in the stitching. So therefore, it made it even harder to go over the seams. And I didn't know that until after I started taking it apart. And it's harder to take apart, I'm telling you it is. And the reason why he was pulling it was because there's smaller stitches and it doesn't go as fast. So, therefore, it made it even harder on him. I mean, think about all this pile. Look, watch the pile that is in this one right here. Now, I do believe she is due this video. I really do. I think she deserves it. It's her money that went crazy. I wished he'd just told me, no, well, you do it. But I'm willing to do this. So you see how he has this all bunched up in here and all. You can tell where the folds are. Right here's a fold, right here, and right here. So that is about 6 layers in there, here and there. So I am trying to fix it to where I can work on this right here quilt and put it together. And I'm trying to save every bit of it that I can. And so far, I've only got one block that's messed up, and he did that. But I'm doing the very best that I can with it. And these right here, since he's got them so small and everything, it's hard to take out. It's hard to do anything with this. So I'm going to have to play with this in a different way. But I have been trimming them down, and I'm going to try to do the very best that I can to make a quilt out of this. It takes a lot of concentration because it's hard to take out a 2.5 stitch. Believe you me. Yeah, when I started taking the stitches out, I was like, man, these stitches are so hard. Why? And I started looking at it, and I'm like, oh my God. He changed it. He changed the stitch length. So some of these I cannot get out. So I'm going to have to fight with them, with some of them, and get them to do the right thing that I need. So far I have this many done. Look at all the strings. I'm telling you. And do the very best that I can with what I've got. But this is what I have been doing. And she deserves to be able to see what happened with her money. And I can't blame her. She didn't demand it. So don't think that she demanded it. She did not demand it. She just asked me why I took them down. And I think she deserves a good answer. The truth. Now I'm going to do the best I can to get them all done. Let's see if I can't find that one that needs to be taken apart. I had already started taking it apart. And I said, now I'm going to go ahead and finish what I was doing. Right here. This is it. This one right here has to come off. Because he's so far over here and got too much over here. And this one is going to be the main in the very middle. So I have to pick through these. and try to get them without tearing it up. No, I do not want nobody else sending anything to Brandon. Because Brandon, he ain't going to do this. I got to find a blue thread. I hope I can do this. I hope I can make it look good. And I don't know how many more I have to do this to, but I will do my best and do it right. There we go. Alright, now we can put this one in the middle. And we can go ahead and sew this one around. It's ready. Let's see if there's any more I need to actually do that way. Probably better if I go it like this. One at a time. I think I can work with that one. Okay, trim around the edges and work with that one. I think I can work with that one. That one will need to be taken apart. I think I can work with that one. I think I can work with that one. See, so here's the one he tore up. I don't know if I have another backing, but I'll look for one. Just try to save as much as I can and all. Alrighty, I'm going to take these apart and I'm going to get everything ready and I'm going to sew these back down before I do anything, and then I'll start with putting it together because I'm not going to go through all the work that I'm doing, and I'm pretty sure that you guys know how to take a quilt apart and all. But if there's anything interesting that you may need to see, then I'll come back and let you see it. Alrighty, I've got it laid out. I have just two of these like this in here. One is here and one is there. I have one row down this way. These that are folded is another row. And then I have one row on this side. So these are going to be the two that's in the middle. So I wish there was four. I'd put four of them in there. But there's only two. One he had made and couldn't do nothing with. But we got this far with it. And I think that it's going to turn out really pretty. So, from right here, I'm going to start working on rows. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them together like this. And I'm going to sew it right about up in here so that hopefully I can get them all straight and they work. I just have to keep playing with it until I do. So, I'm going to get busy and I'm going to start doing this.
If I surveyed all the good things come to me from above, if I would count all the blessings from the storehouse above, I simply ask for the favor of Him beyond mortal king, and I'm sure He grant it again and again. I want to stroll over heaven with you some glad day.
Alrighty, I'm going to finish all these right here up in the rows, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, I had to sew right across this one, and see how this one right here is like this? This one right here will probably fold down really good, and we could pin it down. I've had to go against the grain on some of this and make sure that we've got yellow showing, even if it's just a little bit of it. But so far, it's doing pretty good. Now, on this one right here, you fold it under, and you don't hardly have any yellow whatsoever showing, none. So, I'm having to go through, and I'm bending it down, and then I'm doing it like this. You see how much more yellow that I have to show? So, that is one of the things that I'm having to do to try to make sure that we've got some yellow showing. But it's turning out. It's turning out pretty good. This is my last one that I'm doing. Now, if you could see this one right here, you see how it's not yellow all the way? You see how it's crooked? Now, he sewed this block on. He sewed most of the blocks on. And I'm trying to keep him the way he did it, so that he has his work still yet in there, in this quilt. Now, I've got one already sewed on. And I've got this one and this one right here to sew on. I have tried to make sure I got all the, what is this, Batman going in the same direction. So far I've done pretty good except for one block. And that is this block right here. He's upside down here. He's sideways here. But this is the only block so far that I don't have going the way that it should go. So you got him. He's going sideways and upwards. And this one right here is going upwards, upwards, and sideways. And the last block here, we've got them all going up. All of them's going up except for this one block right here. And I think that is good for me. That is really good. Alrighty, I'm going to finish this line and get this row done, and then we'll put them together. Whoa, finally I've got it down to here. Hooray. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to line these up with each other. And I'm going to pin it down here at the bottom. Let's see if we can't get this to flip. Like this. Let's see if we can't get these put together. Let's see, I need to go over a little bit with this. Maybe now it'll work. Alright, pin it there. Pin it over here. Alright, what I'm trying to do here is, if I can line this one up with that one on the back, that's what I'm trying to do. So it'll be a whole lot more easier to work with. So far, it's doing pretty good. Now, I want you to look right here how I've got one down here and one right here. So, when I go to sew, I try to stay in the line up here. Because, see, this one right here is up here. So, I want it to stay together. And I can cover this one pretty good. And the other one is down like that one, too. So, that works for me. See if I can't get this down some. And I'm not going to really worry about too much of it not lining up, because I'm trying to get it. See, this right here is lining up pretty good, but I don't have much up here. So I want to try to make sure I sew on this line right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's where my goal is going to be at, to sew this. And this right here's lining up somewhat pretty good. Alright, I got a cat that says I want in, and I'm going to sew this down. And I'm going to do it the same way that I've done all of it. So I'm going to get the rest of it together. And then we'll be back after I get all of it together. Alrighty, I got it all put together. Now we just have to worry about the border of it. So, I'll show you a little bit of it. And then I'm going to get busy and get her done. I'm just going to line it up as close as I can so I can have yellow showing all the way around. And there's only one spot so far that does not have yellow showing. The whole, part of the block does have yellow showing, but part of it doesn't. And it's just a little corner. So far, I think I've done pretty good for what kind of shape that it's in and all. I'm happy with it, and I'm pretty sure Brandon will be too when he sees it. I don't want to mess with Mama Cat. She done had her fun for the day, and I'm going to leave it at the end of the video for y'all to see it, because I recorded her. Now she's tired. So all I'm going to do now is just bend this over, and I'm going to sew it all the way around, and I'll be done with this. I'm not going to put no signature patch on it or anything. It is going to be what it is, and I'm going to let it go with that. No, I do not resent doing this, okay? So I don't want y'all to get any ideas on that. I just think it'd be better that I just do it like that and let it be done. And all. But it has turned out to be pretty. Alrighty, I'm going to get this done. And then I'll lay it out somewhere and let you see it.
God sent His Son. They call
This is how to donate to my PayPal. You come down here to Poor Man's Sewing, and you mash on Poor Man's Sewing. Then you go over here to About. You mash on About, and right here is to donate to Poor Man's Sewing.